Hello! Welcome to Comics and Dragons, the YouTube D&D comic book show where we talk about D&D comics and how D&D has ingrained itself into comic book culture because, in the end, we're all just nerds. I mean, I think we can say this now. The entire world is just nerds. Now, there are the jock nerds that decide, hey, let's bully every comic book nerd to fit the point of view of the MCU, but I'm not going to get into that controversy today. We're going to talk about Saga again.
Volume 2, people, we're talking about Volume 2 Saga.
And that's my co-host Bree, who decided today's the episode he's going to start singing.
Hey, it had to happen at some point. I was surprised it hadn't happened sooner.
I thought it was going to happen for, like, the D&D book, but you didn't show up for the D&D book. I thought it was going to be for anything Jim's up, but no, apparently Brian K Vaughn is his dipping point. Bree, I talked about Saga for a very long length of time.
Yeah, you did.
I think it's your turn.
Okay. This book was really interesting. Pull things up again. Actually, I think I have it on my tablet. Tablet!
Why was there a laser?
Wait, what?
Why do you go?
Because that was not meant to be a laser. That was meant to be like speed run, like the Flash. Except I guess it wasn't. Whatever.
No, we're okay. Fine, I guess we're getting into this now. Does the Flash go chew? I would think it's more of a whooshing sound.
I mean, it can be a whooshing sound.
Well, he's running very fast. He's not turning into a... He's not the living laser, Bree.
I thought everyone was a living laser.
Okay, living laser is the Iron Man villain, correct? I'm remembering that right?
Yeah. Sure.
See, it's things like that make me think Bree doesn't even know either. So I'm going to check. Because there are two living light sources in Marvel Universe. There's the living laser, and I think the living lightning, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, the living laser is the Iron Man villain, and the living lightning, I think it's lightning, is the hero from the Jim Zub.
Oh, Living Lightning? Yeah, Living Lightning. Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, the Jim Zub Avengers book. I can't remember it.
Yeah, no surrender. No surrender, yeah.
Yeah, no surrender.
Although, Living Lightning's been around for a while, but yeah.
Living Lightning has only been around since the 90s.
Yeah, that's a decent amount of time.
Jesus Christ, the 90s was 20 years, it was 30 years ago. Fuck.
That's a decent amount of time.
When you forget that the 90s is now 30 years ago, it just throws you through a fucking loop. So yes, Saga Volume 2, we meet Marco, I got it, Marco's parents.
Yeah, and they he helps them the son.
They they're not very supportive parents. I
They are not.
I feel like Marco marrying uh Alana is like an allegory for being gay, but the thing is there are still gay people in the book.
Yeah. It's
Like
just it can be an allegory for anything, just any type of person.
or
Whenever
it's
there's a lot of groups out there when like you get married and like the person is like I don't know, it's not be weird.
yeah,
Like
like a black guy marrying into a white family.
yeah,
Hi, get out.
yeah, like that.
Or
It can be a it can be any of those things.
I
Just
feel
racism in general.
I feel like there was a movie. Okay, this is going to sound horrible, but I feel like there was a movie where a white guy married into a black family, and it was the same premise of I. We think that's horrible and wrong, but it was the black dad being like, "Hey, you can't marry into my family because you're white." I think that's a movie. I just don't remember the name of the movie.
That's like a lot of movies, bro.
Is it?
It is. That's a thing. Ugh.
I don't understand the problem, but then again, it's because I'm a mixed child.
People have a lot of problem with interracial, and that's also another thing. Mixed child also sometimes
Yeah,
look
mixed
down
child.
upon.
It's a whole little slope of things. But yeah, we meet uh, the wonderful parents of Marco, who aren't really wonderful. They're very screamy.
Yeah, very screamy.
And
We also get we also get like backstory for like when Alana uh and a guy met each other for the first time.
Marco.
Which is yeah, Marco. Lana and Marco met for the first time.
We
It
also
was nice.
we also get one of my favorite and funniest moments of the book of so the ghosty gets banished to a different planet from
Oh
the ship,
yeah.
and Marco has to put on the helmet. By the way, teleportation helmet, cool. That's cool. That's you know, if you want to do a teleportation thing, yeah, teleportation helmet.
Yeah. It
And
was a cool scene.
and Marco cutting a portal with the axe is just cool. And Marco's mom, I like the relationship dynamic. I like that Marco's mom is the more aggressive one, and Marco's dad is very much a twink.
A twink?
Yep. In which I mean like not wimpy, but he's more in touch with his emotional side, and I love it.
Yeah. I did notice that a little bit. Like especially when a lot of like that scene where Lana faints and he takes the child. He's like, "Oh, this is such a like he definitely cares about like their child, and
I
holds."
I also like Alana. I like that the tree is very attached to Alana, and when it feels that Alana's threatened by the dad, the vines just start to wrap around him and suspend him through the air. I'm not going to edit any pictures into this because that's a lot of work and I really just don't feel like it. So you're just going to have to buy the book. Buy this book. Let Brian K Vaughn know that we want more Saga.
Yeah, this is a very good book. I definitely enjoyed reading it, a lot of it.
And the art is super good. The coloring is amazing, as always.
Yeah, same as the first book. But there was one scene that kind of confused me. It was the scene where like little girl, like turns like a monster, and then like it cuts back to like him just waking up. I guess with that whole sequence of dream.
Where are
I was
we
kind of.
looking?
Let me go to it. Wait a
Alana punching Marco in the face.
minute. Yeah, there's that. Uh,
Uh,
After the ghost stuff. Like. Actually, I'm thinking I went too
the
far now.
the will with the gut with the stock kissing the will. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got it. Feral child. Found it. Yes, that was a dream.
That was a
That
dream.
was a dream. Because, like, first of all, the stock is alive. Because we know the stock is dead from the last book. Brutally so.
Uh,
Like, Prince Robot shot her through the chest with basically buckshot. Um, the child turning into a monster, and then Lying Cat just. Meow!
that's
And,
what that was. Because,
and we
cause, yeah,
knew.
I guess I'm kind of also sometimes used to whenever you do like a dream sequence or like the art would like do like a change to like let you know. I think I'm used to that,
And,
and these art didn't really do that.
and then we meet Marco's ex fiance.
Yeah,
Good old Gwendolin.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep, that happened.
that happens. Uh, who is just
She's
she doesn't want her husband. She doesn't want her fiance back from Alana. Her motivation is literally, I just want my goddamn rings back.
yeah, she's just on the crew now, which is kind of cool.
And I
There's some
and I just love the relationship dynamic between Gwendolyn and the Will. It's just such a like power struggle.
Yeah, it is. I definitely, like I said, I enjoy a lot of this.
I just like the cat. I love lying cat just because it's like whenever someone tells a lie, lying.
I really love all the weird creature designs that's on this book as well. And I love again, like you could make a D&D campaign around Saga, and that would work really well.
You could quite literally fit Saga into like any universe you want, and you'd be like, yeah, that kind of works.
Yeah,
Like,
there was I think there actually is I mean, there also always the banishment spell, but I think there's another spell that's used in Saga that's also used in D&D.
but like the, but like this could be like Star Wars, and we'd be like, fuck, okay, yeah, makes sense. I'm sorry, roaming space wizards is isn't enough for you? Fine. Magic. And they've introduced magic into the Star Wars universe.
I mean, is the Force just not magic already?
Yes, but there's actual. Okay, we're going to get into Star Wars lore. I'm sorry. There is magic. The Night Sisters use actual fucking magic.
Yeah, that's all just shooting Night Sisters to bring back Darth Maul.
Not even to bring back Darth Maul, just to like make zombie sisters.
Yeah, that too.
I just like I love the Will's like rapier type thing where it just goes he just aims it and just it's like a retractable Yonders arrow that just stabs into people's necks and pulls out.
It does look very much like that.
Have I ever
Uh,
told you that I've tried to make Yonders arrow in D&D?
no, you have not.
Yonders arrow is a fucking cool item that I just want to be like this would genuinely be a cool thing to have. Like an adventurer comes in and it just not even kills, stuns an enemy for like until the next turn and goes back into its holster.
What I mean, what would be a range on that?
120 feet?
It's a lot. It's a very long range.
Yeah. But I want to point out a longbow has a 120-foot range.
Yeah, but I guess I always would imagine if I would make a Yonders Arrow, I would do it something like it would have to be like in like 50, 60 square meters of where the person is, like where you are standing.
Are you using square meters? You're American, man. D&D was based on your system.
I know.
Okay, I now have to look this up. Fuck you. 60 meters to feet. That's 100. That is 200 feet, man.
You know, I am kind of just talking. Yeah, no. What I mean is like, you know, like okay, like you're standing in like it would be in the area of where you're standing. I guess technically I'd probably keep it to 10 feet. Technically speaking, of where of all on all directions of you, but I think probably 60 feet would probably work better. Over 120, because I mean it's not an arrow. It has to be connected to the other person, I guess. But
It's not.
right.
But it's not attached to anything, man.
It is not. But
It is quite literally a spiritual weapon.
I guess that's true too.
You're just making a living spiritual weapon. Now, like I said, 200 feet seems a little much. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. That seems a little bit much, but
I feel like I now have to tell Bree how meters and feet work.
I was just kind of I think I probably meant to say just square feet, and I just said square meters, not thinking.
1 foot is 3. 1 meter is 3 foot. 3 feet. I just want to point this out. Why was meters even in your mouth?
I don't know. I was saying squeeze feet in my head, and I just kind of was like meters, because square meters goes together as words better than square feet to me, I guess.
I mean, that is very true, but still.
Like imagine like all I can think of when I say square feet is that my feet are now squares.
Okay. I am totally not going into the fun quotes chat and say
That's weird. Oh god.
sorry, give me 1 second. Well, Bree is laughing. I'm going into our fun quotes chat and doing this.
I am old and weary, but I got a 17 after rolling a history check.
What history check are you rolling, man?
I'm just reading Gray's fun quote.
Okay.
Because there are many fun quotes in this house.
There we go. I feel like the retractable rapier is an easier thing to make in 5e. Now that could be probably 30 feet or 60 feet range. But you'd have to, if you're like trying to like slash, it would be an attack of disadvantage. But if you're just aiming and pulling the trigger, it would be an attack roll. But I would only give it like a d6 of damage.
That's also fair.
Because it's not like a rapier. You're not like doing it precisely, and from a longer range, it looks like the type of weapon that would be cumbersome to hold on to while it's in its unretracted form. And I feel like it's a bonus action to just retract it. Like you can't attack and then retract and then attack again. It's a lot of work for that weapon.
It's also a very small weapon. Kind of, to some degree, too.
Small?
Yeah, it's pretty thin.
Yeah.
I mean, it's long, but it's thin.
Well, rapier... Have you ever seen a fucking rapier, man?
I know, I say a rapier. I'm just saying. I'm just kind of comparing them. I know there's... I know they're like rapiers are more like are still like sword type deals, and like they're thin, but they're like longer, and they're usually sharper. I don't know.
Yes, they're long and sharp. It's for poking, not slashing. That's right. It's for poking, not slashing. This doesn't seem thin. Like, it seems thin, but it doesn't seem that thin. Like, it seems like the point is still stabby. Like, it's thick. It's as thick as a rapier. Just,
I guess.
Long.
I guess.
But again, you wouldn't be able to attack with this thing. And
I mean, if it's moving on its own, then...
But it's not moving on its own. He's controlling it, man. He's got a handle.
Well, I guess. I don't know.
When Bree's just not paying attention.
I mean, he's moving it around with like, whatever.
He's not moving it with his mind. He's not moving it with whistles. Don't. Stop it.
This is just me on a normal day, you guys. When I'm just, it's on those days where it seems like you're talking to a high person, but then you realize you're not. You're just talking to me.
Yep. By the way, found the spell that Bree was looking for. That is Witch Bolt. Okay. Again, with the fume. Have you never heard thunder?
Yes, I've heard thunder.
You're making it hard to believe.
Thunder makes the boom, 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 boom sound. See, this is why, like, you guys never seen me DM a campaign before, but this is why, like, Dylan is much better at sound effects.
This is why Dylan's trying to become a voice actor while Bree is doing whatever the hell he's doing.
I'm just making words just come out my mouth sometimes. I don't know what they are. It's literally a stream of consciousness.
Interesting. This is a very interesting conversation.
But it's a surprising one.
Not very.
But yeah, the volume 2 of Saga, very good volume.
Yeah, very good story.
I do want to. I want to. Again, we haven't talked about. But I really do like the way, like they are kind of sort of meet cute section. This actually kind of reminded me. I mean, I guess a lot of stories have done this, where like the meet cute is let me punch you in the face.
Yep. Wham! It's not even a punch in the face, it's the butt of a gun.
Yeah. It was like, oh, knockout.
Man,
Hardcore.
you're so fucking hot. It's almost like there are stars around you. That's the concussion. Oh.
Yeah, that was fun. A lot of things about their like little interaction was really fun. With them meeting up, and oh yeah, the book. Oh, the book part. The book that Alana was reading. Yeah, I got it. Alana.
And obviously, the slave girl is just adorable.
Yeah.
And I just love the beginning of issue 10 is just a thirst trap.
Yeah.
Of Marco, half naked, abs and V-line showing. It's like, fuck.
Bam!
Bam!
Yeah. To keep a lot of great moments within this book. I enjoy the development of the parents throughout the book, and especially of the dad. Because you're right, it's and what happened and everything happens to him at the very end of the book. Very sad, but also very good.
Yeah, and Isabel wild shaping into a giant gorilla is just like, yep. Isabel is a druid.
Yep. See, a lot of things. Oh yeah, the druid part. See, a lot of things from D&D. I gotta say. In fact, I would not be surprised if, when writing this story, Brian K Vaughn was like looking at D&D as some inspiration while he was writing it too.
Yep. And I also love the scene where Alana runs into the room where the dad is like knitting, and she's like, I broke her! I was giving her a bath and something just fell off. And, and the dad's like, congratulations, your daughter has a belly button. And I'm like, ah.
It was so funny. It was a weird scene, but it was a funny scene. Very strange, but very funny. At the same
Yeah,
time.
but it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's adorable. The entire family dynamic's adorable, and I just love Isabel going sup.
Yeah, I'm always here for like those little grounded, nice little moments throughout the
Oh my
book.
god, it's just all family moments, and I love it, and I
Yeah.
live for it. Giant monster baby hatching from a planet is just wow.
Yeah, that was weird. That was just weird. Yeah.
It's like god damn. And then you think of like Marvel X, not I think it's called Marvel Earth X. Earth X. Got it.
Okay, I
Got
don't know
it.
what you were talking about. I was like, I haven't heard of Marvel X before.
Where
But I was gonna let you go with it.
where
Because it's called Marvel, I was like,
Where Galactus
sure.
has to eat the Earth's core because the Earth's core is an egg planted there by the Celestials. I have this in my brain instead of like doctor shit. I don't know why.
Because comics are cool. That's why.
I like that Gwendolyn gets so fucking close to Marco. It's like the most toxic relationship ever, and I love it because it's like, yeah, yeah. Someone left someone at the altar. That's gotta be bad. Ruh-roh.
Ah,
This book is just so good. Could we get like this could have been such a bad book, but in like other people's hands, it could have been so bad. But like it's so good.
I mean, with this being an indie book, it comes from the heart and soul of Brian K Vaughn. As I said, it feels like a Brian K Vaughn book.
Oh my god. This I by the way I spoiled volume 2 a bit because volume 2 is actually where Marco finishes inside Alana and Alana's like, "No, don't do that." That was sexy Alana. Sexy Alana. She's a
Oh yeah,
person.
that's the yeah. You're talking about the sex scene. Yeah, the sex scene here. Lots of sexy times. And they're talking about if they could have a child or whatnot.
Yep, and
Conceive of a
then they
child.
have a child.
Yeah. And then they're on the run.
And then they're on the run and in a tree ship that, you know, is about to get eaten by a planet monster baby thing. It's
See, this is and this is the part where I go and see. This is where I just kind of go with things.
yeah. Brian K Vaughn is current, like writing this book is like you're just gonna have to accept a lot of things.
Exactly. I'm just like, sure. Like the very end of the book, the dude with the TV head. I was like, what's going on here? TV guy, whatever. What are you doing? You're doing some evil. She is more evil. She is. What evil shit you got planned up here today?
So yeah. It's
Buttery.
it's an it volume 2 has one of the best cliffhangers and one of the best like the end of Volume 2, like, the end of Volume 2, like, the last issue of Volume 2 is such a heart jerker. It's amazing. I think this is what I'm thinking of. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now I gotta look. I am thinking of Volume 3. But
You're thinking of Volume
no,
3,
no, I'm
bro.
not. I'm not. Because Volume 2 was supposed to have the first issue of Volume 3. So, but and I understand why they did it, but it's amazing and it's terrible. Like, it's tear jerking. I remember this because Tiffany from Comic Pop name drop her just so I can say hey Comic Pop. No, I'm joking. Uh, hey, I'm just gonna be like, hey Comic Pop, do you mind if I use one of your peoples? But Tiffany from Comic Pop talked about this in her episode of Back Issues about Saga, where Volume 2 was supposed to have, like, the first issue of Volume 3. It is about Prince Robot's trauma. And,
So that's what that whole last thing was about. Cause I was very confused with the last issue. Oh, well, I wasn't confused. I got what was going on, but it was a little bit weird where it ended off.
I gotta find it, because I don't remember where it was.
Because like I said, the volume 2 ends off with the Prince Robot guy television head. Talking to this one guy and like shooting him and him being like, "You can kill me. That will just make my numbers go up or whatever.
Yeah.
Sales go up."
I think it's, like, issue 12? Or something, where it just talks about Prince Robot, his trauma, and his trauma is fucking heart wrenching. Um,
Well, it's not chapter 12 because it is on chapter 12, so it must be 13.
it's something I can't remember for the life of me because I remember the cover vividly. I just it it gets hard for me to remember shit.
That's understandable.
Like there's an issue where it's a black cover, and I might be misremembering.
Also, this is the second time I've got a Saga volume, and like it had another like okay. So I got volume 1, right?
Yes.
And then in volume 1, when I got on Comixology, or actually I got on Kindle to be exact. I'm not sure. This might be. It's probably the same on Comixology though. But like at the very end, it gives you a preview of Paper Girls for some reason, and for volume 1. And I got volume 2, and it also has a preview for Paper Girls.
That's because they were promoting Paper Girls at a lot at the time.
Ah, I was very just like,
Paper
am
Girls
I-
was at the time to get off of D&D comics. Paper Girls at the time was one of Image's best sellers. So yeah,
I did not know that. But I just gave you like little previews of it to promote it more.
yeah,
Interesting.
but yeah. Saga Volume 2, great read. Read it. Read it. Read every page because every page is Fiona Staples has this way of making every page just be like an amazing scene.
It's a pretty book.
Think of Zack Snyder. Think of
Okay.
Zack Snyder's Justice League cinematography as a comic book.
That's a bit.
Hey,
Oh, no, I don't know if I would make that comparison.
Look, I will say a lot about the Zack. Okay, we're going to get into rant territory. I will say a lot about Zack Snyder's Justice League. I'm not a big fan because you know what? Bruce Wayne shouldn't fucking kill. But I will agree that it's a pretty movie with a gray filter that really didn't need to be there.
Yes, it really did not need to be there, but it's also Zack Snyder stuff, and which is the reason why I would not compare it to Saga.
Saga is Zack Snyder's cinematography without that fucking gray filter.
Sure, sure.
It's a pretty book.
It is a pretty book. It is a pretty book.
And also, the story doesn't need 4 fucking... Okay. The amount of ranting that I would do for... If someone paid me to like, if someone paid me hourly to rant about all of the Zack Snyder movies and how inconsistent they are, just in the DC universe, just in the DC universe, I feel like I would be fucking rich.
I could easily complain about how Zack Snyder Justice League, even though it's Zack Snyder's full vision, it still doesn't really work with Batman v Superman that much.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all.
Which is funny because X-Men's run after it, and I mean, you're just like, okay, but this Batman. There was that one scene in Zack Snyder Justice
Okay,
League.
whoa. Let's end the show before we get into this. Because I don't think anyone wants to hear either of us complain about this fucking movie. If Saga were to become a show or a movie, which I don't think it could be, because, you know, a lot of fucking. Just a lot of fucking. Like, I need this to be known. Executives at like HBO or Disney don't like gay sex.
I mean, that's actually a problem for Hollywood in general, more than just HBO and Hollywood. But it's more of a Hollywood problem.
Yes, but you know, since Warner Brothers and Disney own everything in Hollywood.
I'd argue that Disney owns. Anyway, you can keep going. Just keep going.
They don't like gay sex, so they won't put like a lot of the big things that happen. There is gay sex in Saga. I will always say that there are transgender people in Saga, and I love it. I honestly think that it's great representation. I'm pretty isabel Isabel isn't actually a she. She's actually they, them. But that's besides the point. Brian K Vaughn made this book to be something that Hollywood wouldn't show on TV or movie. It's sad. Because if they did, it would be amazing. The visuals. Just get someone that works great on visuals and knows how to treat their actors correctly. Joss Whedon. And by the way, treating their actors correctly. I wasn't saying Joss Whedon did that. I was actually dissing him. But
I think most people got it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just making sure because I don't want to get canceled.
You've already been canceled.
I have not!
I've been canceled. You've been canceled.
I have not been canceled.
I just said you were canceled for the religion thing. I just said that. I mean, I didn't agree with it, but you said it, not me.
I mean, here's the thing. We live in a fucking society. Oh god. We live in a non-theistic society. Let's be honest with each other. Like every country at least makes sure, at least the countries that treat their people fine, make it so church and state are separate. So yeah, I'm cutting this whole thing out. I am saying shit that will fucking kill me. Anyways.
But I do. I'll let you finish, and I got one more thing to say.
Brian K Vaughn made this comic to be visuals that no one would put on movies or TV. I think it's not a crime, but I think that it should be, because if you put these visuals out there, more and more people will accept them.
Yes, I agree.
I'm probably not cutting out my whole spiel, so that's
but I do have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
Now, speaking on just Hollywood in general, it's really telling, that Nimona, an LGBT story, the minute it got in the hands of Disney, Disney canceled it. Yeah, that's a really telling thing. Because it would have had an openly LGBT character. I'm pretty sure it would have been the villain guy. I mean, they're all villains, but like the other villain guy, the main villain guy.
It's a lot. It's just a lot. But yeah, Saga really brings out the person that really wants more representation in movies and TV, because honestly, I feel like if the LGBT, trans people, non-binary, everyone, if they got more representation in movies and TV, yeah, there will be that sect of angry people. I am scared to come out to people sometimes, but I know that to live my life as non-binary and as pansexual, that's gonna have to happen. So I feel like that if people see more of these people and watch more of these people, then it will bring a new acceptance to society. But yeah, that's my whole thing. I love Saga not with my whole heart, because that'd be weird to love a book more than I loved anyone else. But I do love Saga. It's a great story. It has great representation. You can't really say it has great representation of other races because, well, they're aliens. But yeah, read it. Show Brian K Vaughn that we want more, because then we'll get more and we'll enjoy it still.
Yay!
Yeah, that's our time. That's all we got for today. Remember to take a long rest, and we will see you guys next week. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry if I'm on the verge of tears.